can't believe we are at the last project for our art history unit. We've been working on this for so long. Some of our projects were way at the beginning of the year, and then we started doing one every day the last little bit. So we're going to review every artist that we've done so far. This is Ansel Adams, and he took pictures of nature, right? He would zoom in really close and pay attention to the fine detail. Yeah. And he used old-fashioned camera methods, right? Okay, this is Jackson Pollock, and he used his whole body to paint. You can see the sense of rhythm that he used, yeah. Good. All right, this is Berthe Morisot. Yeah, she was an Impressionist painter, and she was among this first, they called it a wave, group of women who were great painters, and they realized that women and men could paint, boys and girls, everybody can paint. Okay, this is George Seurat, and he used lots of dots of deep color, intense color, so we call it pointillism, little points of color. Yeah, and this is a Sunday afternoon in the Isle of Grand Jetée, I think is how you say it. It's in France, French words, I'm not very good at those. Okay, this is Claude Monet, and there's his bridge that he had in his backyard. He painted it like over 100 times throughout his life. This Japanese bridge, and his art is called Impressionism. It gives you an idea or an impression. Like if you were to close your eyes, you could kind of have a remembrance of what it looked like, just an idea. That's what his paintings look like. The lines are fuzzy and they're short little lines. Okay, this one is Vincent van Gogh. And guess what I just learned? This painting is the most expensive painting that is in America. Like other paintings are found in Europe in art museums, but this one is in America. So Vincent van Gogh painted it. He had lots of emotions, and so his painting tries to show you how he was feeling. And how was he feeling when he painted this? Yes, it's very calm and peaceful, and there's a sense of movement, right? Yeah. Okay. This guy's name is Piet Mondrian, right there. And he said you could even make art using straight lines and primary colors. Yeah. We call it de stijl, or the style. Okay. This guy's name is Pablo Picasso. And there's his painting. It's a girl looking in a mirror. You see her? And he used lots of shapes. And he also showed lots of different perspectives. Reality he wasn't going for realism. So like this side of her face, it looks like her face is looking sideways. And that side of her face, it looks like she's looking forward. And then her mirror face doesn't look like either of those, right? But has all the parts of her body, just not always where they would normally go. Okay. This girl's name is Bridget Riley. And last time I checked, a couple months ago, she is still alive. But she was really famous in the 1960s. And her art tries to trick your eyes, gives it a sense of warping or swelling. So you can see it looks like it's going right into the paper, right? And because it tries to trick your eyes, an optical illusion, we call it op art. Good. Okay. This guy's name, we're just going to work on his last name. His name is Kandinsky. He's Russian. And his art, we call it abstract. that means it comes from your imagination. It has no visual reference to real life. Like, that's not something you would see in real life. So it's abstract. Good. Okay. This is Georgia O'Keeffe, and she painted flowers, really big flowers. So big they go off the edge of the page and it feels like you're right inside of the flower. Yeah, and here's some more of her flowers that she painted. And she painted in the Southwest, so she has a lot of Southwestern themes too. Really big flowers. Okay. This is Henry Matisse. And he painted lots of different styles, but one of his styles is called Fauvism. And in that style, they tried to show emotion using color. So you can see here he has a very serious subject matter. She doesn't look very happy, but then he used happy colors to show emotion. Yeah. Okay. And when he got old, he got arthritis in his fingers. So he used scissors and glue, and he made this painting. It's called The Snail. See, there's the antenna, the head, and the shell, the snail. And we call that collage. It's based on a French word that means to glue. Okay. Oh, we learned about symmetry. That means you can draw a line down the middle. It's the same on both sides. Caspar David Friedrich was a landscape painter. Remember your landscape? I loved your sunsets. They looked so pretty. And this guy's name was Grant Wood. He was a regionalist, said you should stay close to home and paint the things you know. He made this very famous painting called American Gothic. It's called that because it has this window is a Gothic arch. They put Gothic arches on lots of temples, like we see it on the Provo City Center Temple, and there were Gothic arches on the Kirtland Temple. Yeah. So he saw this window. He wanted to paint it, so he painted the house that it was on, and then painted some people who might have lived there. And then we call this kinetic art. Kinetic means it has movement. Yeah, so this is a mobile that can hang, and in the wind it'll move around. And this is spin art, and we did our own spin art. That was fun. Okay. One thing that we learned from Leonardo da Vinci, he's the painter who painted this very famous painting called the Mona Lisa. Yeah. And he was a scientist and an artist, and he said the more you know, the better you can paint. So he did lots of measurements. This is a picture from one of his notebooks, and this is one of his self-portraits that he did of himself. So that's Leonardo da Vinci, and these are other self-portraits. Albrecht Dürer, I think is his name, Judith Leyster. And I don't know why his name, always forget it. His name is Norman Rockwell. And he calls this picture triple self-portrait because, he painted himself 3 times. Unless you count all the little ones up here. And then he painted himself lots of times. And he painted other famous self-portraits, including Vincent van Gogh and Pablo Picasso, and Albrecht Dürer is right there. I think that's so cool. And then we have our religious art. This is a stained glass window. It's about Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. And you can see his apostles are here. Here's another painting of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. And here's a painting of Mary and baby Jesus. And then Jesus, when he was resurrected, when he came out of the tomb. All right, so our last one, I skipped over it, just barely. I'm gonna find it again. It's right here. This guy's name is Andy Warhol, and he did art of things that were popular, like pop culture. So whatever was like the theme for that time, like one of his famous paintings, he took a Campbell's soup can and he put it all over, he repeated it lots of times, and that was one of his art, which is why I kind of copied that idea for our I Can book, only I didn't put it on lots of times. Okay, but here's one of his paintings. This is Marilyn Monroe. She was a very famous actress. And he took her image and he just put it on there lots of times, and then he recolored it to lots of different colors. So that's what we're gonna do today with a picture. So anyway, these were images of things, people who were popular, and so we call it pop art. Pop art. And I made a picture of somebody who's popular. It's you. So you're gonna find your picture. This is one from somebody in my class last year. And I took your picture and I put it on your paper 9 times. And we're gonna recolor it using markers. So if you look at his image, oh, I shut my book. See if I can find it really fast. He used lots of colors. You'll notice that the squares are like all different. Different colors. So there's a color on the square, there's a color for the hair, there's a color for the face. They're all different. And in yours, you can also see your shirt. So I want the background to be a different color, your hair, if you can color it, your face should be a different color, and your shirt should be a different color. And I want you to use your markers. I have lots of colored Sharpies. Or what do you have? Whatever markers you have will work great for this. And I just want you to color it. Lots of different color. Color the square one color, then you do a different color on your shirt, and a different color on your face. And then in this square you'll use different colors so none of them match. And I'm so excited to see how your pop art turns out.